Hold on, what's going on here? It's nice to see my very first map on the trendings page. Thank you, Ninja Kiwi. No, today we're going to be playing Botanical by Van, and we're going to be doing Obyn and Druids only. I've done this scenario before, but I do like to revisit this little thing here and now because I really do like the synergy that Obyn has with the Druids. And I really like how the Druids operate on the field anyway. So we're going to be trying to get every single tier 5 tower. But obviously in order to get through this, we actually need to go through round 6 first. Put you on first, but yet you keep getting through. Will this be the spot in which we need the Druid to be? And it looks like that is going to be a positive. And I'm starting with the wrong hero. Don't you just love it when you start the game with the wrong hero selected? Always check to see if the hero that you have selected is the one in which you want to use for your game. Now, I would like to get Obyn as soon as possible so that we can get to level... which one is it that gives camo detection? Ah, yes, level 8. All druids in range of Obyn get camo detection. We would like that. Can I snipe all of these without requiring another thing on the field? Yeah, we're gonna require another druid. As you can tell, this is not what you would call a black border guide for this map. I play this game sometimes to have fun. Other times I play it because I really want to try a very, very difficult challenge. Or is it botanical? It's almost like we are in the clouds and within a small pocket of the clouds exists wildlife. Plant wildlife with vines. We're going to definitely have a lot of vines. Put Obyn down, please. Okay, it's going to have to be around later, which I don't want to do, but it's just going to have to be that case. I want to have Obyn over here so that his brambles always spawn on the latter half of the map, rather than trying to, you know, have the brambles over here where they are next to useless. Round 14 go very well here. Now that Obyn has gone beyond level 2, the Druids will get +1 pierce, which I know is just 1 pierce, but they only really start with 1 pierce anyway, so that is double the pierce. How many druids can we fit within this little circle on the map here? I'd like to get all of the populace that I need, and the Avatar of Wrath, and Spirit of Forest, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get Superstorm though. I'll try my best though. I'll try my darndest to get it, but we may not do so. Especially with all the balloons are trying to escape through. Despite all the nerfs that the middle path druid has been getting recently, it is still a very usable tower. Ninja Kiwi, please do not nerf it anymore, please. But we need at least one of these being the hard thorns. I honestly think the other ones should be hard thorns just so we have that guaranteed lead popping, because I don't want to rely on just one of the populace going to Avatar of Wrath having hard thorns. So yeah, they're all going to be hard thorns. Right, you're going to be our vine maker of the day, and no, not the sight vines. That is unfortunately dead. Unfortunate for those that used it. For me, I don't really have an opinion because I never used the sight. Okay, another set of brambles. Maybe I have forgotten about this and we're not going to have enough time to get more brambles down onto the field. I'd like to get another set. There we go. That's especially what we needed. Because at the moment, brambles are all we can do against camos. I definitely need some more power though, so let's get some populace now, rather than trying to pursue the jungle's bounty, which is going to be near useless for the early game. Camo balloons, we need at least another set of brambles, need all the brambles that we can muster, and Obyn is now very close to granting the Druids on our field camo detection. Populace number 1. We're going to have populace number 2 soon. All white balloons. Not a big fan, but luckily we have the brambles down. And Ninja Kiwi released a new cosmetic to our druids, meaning that all of their lightnings will be snowified. Their vines will have the Christmas light bulbs on the thorns themselves. There we go, you saw those Christmas light bulbs. Another populace. I don't know where my head was there at the moment. Can these brambles tank them? Yes, they can. Guess what, camo balloons? You're cringe. Third pop plus, even though they don't buff themselves, just like Obyn doesn't buff himself with his own buffs. Very selfless, giving buffs to those around him. Or them. Whatever. Right, we have 5 pop plus now, but to get the full effects, we're going to need a 6th pop plus, so we can have 5 stacks on all of them. It's been a while since I've last done a custom map scenario. I know people prefer the official map scenarios with the 2 megapops or the 2 tower chimps or some other crazy obscure challenge like a 23 megapops going up to around 140, but sometimes I like to dive in to see what the community has created on the old custom map editor, and some of the creations are absolutely beautiful. Shall we go Heart of Thunder, or shall we just leave? You know what, for some crowd control, we'll go with Heart of Thunder on all of them. All of them. I reckon the Populous Army would work on most maps with viable space, but obviously with certain maps you're gonna have to opt for a much more reasonable strategy when it comes to going through this scenario, just because of the amount of money that it takes in order to get the strategy working. Okay, Druid of the Storm, you're gonna be back here just to chuck them back a little bit, just an icky little bit. Ah, we have the trees. Let us put the trees in operation, and we're going to have it in a spot where it covers both portions of the track, sorry. Right, let's get Jungle's Bounty to create those stronger vines. Yes, every single one of you is going to have the Heart of Thunder. Druids are probably my favorite magic monkey within the entire game. Like, we've all got their favorite tower from a particular category, so primary category, military category, magic category, and support category. I love the Druids the most. I just think they're so versatile. Level 11 Obyn, Nature's Clarity. All magic monkeys in range get +5 range and +2 pierce, and Druids get an additional 1 pierce, so they get +3. Very good. I do want Spirit of the Forest next though. And then we'll think about the avatar of Cringe. Round 63, no problem whatsoever. And even if you do get to the end of the track, there's a big old totem in the way here, or monument, however you want to call it. Yeah, ceramics are not an issue in this scenario. It's mainly down to Moabs, which can be the thorn in our backs. Thorn? Do you get it? Thorn? Okay, I'll leave. Please don't leave though. And click that subscribe button if you're enjoying this scenario. When we get to 100,000 subscribers, I will be putting together a montage of every single time I have died to a yellow balloon. Which, by the way, spoiler alert, is a lot. Something I wish for, and so far it's only really kind of effective with like the different skins of Obyn, is that if they have some additional benefits depending on what skin they are equipped in at the time. So for Mountain Guardian, they give additional buffs to the bottom path, the Ocean one gives additional benefits to the top cross path, and the default skin gives additional benefits to the middle cross path. You know, something to give each skin their own uniqueness outside of their visuals. And I wish I had for every single hero within the game, like each skin, kind of like a Battles 2 scenario sort of thing, where they have different statistics and all that, different damage types, etc., different benefits, different drawbacks. But I think having Cyber Quincy as the energy damage type, we can all agree is worse than the Sharp Quincy with the explosives. Although I think I don't play Battles 2, but doesn't like the equivalent of the explosion arrows are the plasma arrows, and Quincy usually fires for laser arrows. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me, I don't play that game, so my information may or may not be accurate. And I'm willing to believe that since I don't play that game, it's more likely to not be accurate. But I do know there are different variants depending on skins, and they even have skins in Battles 2 that are not available in Bloons Tower Defense 6, like the Time Weaver Adora or the BTN. There we go, round 76 is not a problem whatsoever. As you just saw there, we completely incinerated every single one of those. And middle part obviously helps with the de-regrowification of the balloons. Yes, that is an actual phrase used in the Balloon Encyclopedia that I just made up. And here is Spirit of the Forest with all of the light bulbs onto the field here. And the ones in which it grows out as a normal attack rather than this passive attack are the red light bulbs. But I do wish there was a few more colours rather than just like between blue and green. There's nothing really to showcase around 78 because we have Spirit of the Forest. Like, if you have Spirit of the Forest, round 78 is a non-factor. Let's replace your tree, just in case if it's a bit stronger now. But I think it's only when Obyn gets to level 20 when his water trees become stronger. Yeah, looking at all of this, water trees are only buffed from level 20 when you get to level 20. ZOMG inbound. But beware, I have many, many thorns, all of which are in the Christmas spirit. Goodbye. If this was an official guide, then A, I would start this scenario with the optimal spot, and B, well, I would edit out all of the mistakes, which I don't do, because I think including your mistakes in a scenario shows that you are flawed. But that is also where your uniqueness comes in, for your strengths and your flaws. And that goes across every aspect of life. In one university lecture I was in, a fellow student says that they think that the countryside has no vitality or colour to it. And I'm just sitting here thinking, so you prefer the city, and you think the city itself has much more colour. The city has bricks, or stone, or however you want to call it, and street lamps and all that. You're limited to like 2 or 3 colors in the city at the very most, whereas in the countryside you could probably get any color that you can envisage and it will be there, especially like in spring and summer when the flowers are blooming. I don't say anything, but I was like, what are you saying? Like, you may have not even been in the countryside at all in your life, but I can't really agree with the fact that the city has more color than the countryside. Countryside is so wonderful, beautiful, so much color and vitality. I'm speechless. I'm honestly speechless. Like, we all have our own different opinions at the end of the day, but if I see a multitude of different colors and I'm in the countryside, I know that I'm in the countryside. If I have to look at a book in the city to see more colors than brown, gray, and whatever the color is from the lamps, from the lights, I mean, sorry, then yeah, I think I definitely need to visit that place within the book that I'm looking at in real life in order to actually see the colors for myself. There are some skins in this game that I turn off deliberately, like the Wizard Monkey's fireworks. I'm not a huge fan of that, and I think I just discovered that the Heart of Thunder aesthetics of Christmas, like especially with the big blobs of snowballs, like it's a hypocrite because I like the snowballs on the Ultra Juggernaut and the Dark Monkeys in general, but with the Druids for some reason it just feels off. Like cold is like an antithesis of, well, plants and nature growing in general. I don't know, I like yabbering. So I don't think we're going to have the money in order to get Superstorm. That's just a given fact. We're not going to be able to make 50k from this round to the end of the set. Although those huge balls though, I kind of dig, but with the Thunder one, like this is a ball of lightning and I like the visuals of that, but with the Heart of Thunder itself, just like the lightning arc, it just doesn't suit me, which is such a hypocritical thing to do because it's of the same elemental thing. Like, why do I like one of them but not the other? I don't know. It's probably just what mood I'm in as well. Like, what do I like at that given point in time? Because one moment I think that would be grand, but then another time I look at it thinking, nah, it's just not it for me, Chief. Okay, so this is up to 500,000 pops now, and the Spirit Forest, it could be pretty close between these two, but I think the Spirit Forest will just about edge the victory when it comes to pop count. 99, 45 DDTs, not a worry. Let's replace that, and now the bad has entered the, well, the vines here. I think this is better off than trying to get the Super Storm. I did create a video on 123 where I managed to get all of the Druids at tier 5, and also there would be only things that did actually do any pop. So I really like the synergy with the Obyn and Druids. I think it's a very, very nice combination, and definitely a combination that could get you through quite a lot of chimp scenarios, especially like in the beginner maps and probably a few intermediate maps. Not sure about advanced, probably cornfield, but you might have to have a village as well on that factor as well. But let me know what you thought about this scenario, and let me know what you thought about this map as well. It's a rather beautiful map. It's a very simple concept with a bunch of vines, flowers, and other plant-based life here on a set of clouds. Unless there's something else in... Maybe we are inside a sunflower or something, and these are just micro things going on here. Small, large. Are we small, or are we all just tiny here? Why am I asking so many questions? I don't know. Obyn didn't get many pops, but you were there for support and early camos. Thank you all so much for watching. Please check this map out for yourselves. That is the code ZFFPRCS. And we shall see each other's in another video in the future. We're going to be doing a 2 megapop scenario in the future involving many guns. You could say at least 2 guns. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.